everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back to do I have that other bookshelf challenge? I don't really know what it's called. I did one of these probably about a month ago and I loved it. Don't get me wrong, the views weren't great, but I don't care, I had a good time and the people that watched it enjoyed it, so I'm here for that. I'm back with my bookshelf. Yeah, if I look tired and if I don't get my words out, there is a perfectly good reason for that. Teething baby with a cold, it's not fun. I don't think I got to sleep till about 3 o'clock last night and I was up at 6:30. So, good times. I've got a coffee. Florence is jumping away in her jumperoo. I've got Neil working from home today on the laptop doing like a conference / meeting thing. Training, I don't really know. Don't know what the day is, don't know what the time is. So, I have got the questions on my phone. I'm looking pink because I'm filming. It's winter. I've got no professional lighting, but we don't care about that. We're just here for the books. So, I've got the questions on here like last time. I'm just going to sit and talk through, not sit, stand and talk through them all. I don't feel like this one's going to be as successful as my last one. I think this one's going to be a little bit more tricky, but we're just going to go with the flow. So the first one is, do you have a book with the fox on the cover or as part of the plot? Now, I don't believe that I do. I don't really read too much like fantasy / I do. Oh my god, I do. Yes, I do. I spoke about it in my last one. I want it to be something different, but this one, I swear her little, spoilers, her little Pokeball thing turns into a fox. That has literally just come to me. I need to reread this. This has definitely got a fox in it. But I didn't want to pick this because I've already done this one in the last one. This is Fire and a Flood by Victoria Scott. As I was talking, I was going to say that I don't really read much like YA or like, not YA, I read YA, like fantasy stuff. So I can imagine if a book has got to have a fox on it, it's going to be like a light and fluffy like farm animal book that I read, like my, oh my god, I'm so tired. My like contemporary reads, and the only ones that I've got are my Lucy Daniels. She's got lambs and sheep. Fuck, I'm good at this. Look, Lucy Daniels, Christmas at Mistletoe Cottage, and there is a beautiful little orange fox on the cover. Where is he? Here, can you see that? There we go. I only read book 1 and 2, didn't read book 3. I just found it really boring. I need to unhaul these, but I don't want to because they're just too beautiful. But this follows, I don't know if any of you remember Lucy Daniels as an author. Spoilers, Lucy Daniels is not a woman, it's a male. I feel like it's a male. Yeah, I think it is because I was really shocked when I found that out. It's a pen name. But Lucy Daniels used to be the author of Animal Arc when we were, when I say we, like 90s kids were small. They were the books I used to read. And they've done like an adult version of it with Mandy Hope. Really good. And James is in there and oh, it's just a good time to be alive. So I got those. Not that they're that great, but I got the prompt right, which is the main thing. Number 2 is, do you have a book published the year you were born or within a 3-year radius? So I am a 93 baby, so that means 90 to 96. I've got a 99. It's going to be on my bottom shelf if I have. Who have I got up here? Heidi Swain, Jenny Colgan, no. They're going to be all the way down here. Let's get one out. Let's have a look at this one. So Jill Mansell is my oldest author that I have on my shelf. She's been around for years. Making Your Mind Up. That's her first book. Or Falling for You. Where are you? Falling for You. Let's go for this one. I haven't read Jill Mansell in a good couple of years. 2003. Fuck it, I thought she had like 90s books. Jane Green. I don't think she's on my shelf anymore. I think she's in the conservatory. Oh, take a loss on that one. Let me just check my Carol Matthews. I don't think she's a 90s author. I could be wrong. That's me on platform 8. Whiff of Scandal. I've got that one. Whiff of Scandal. I know one of my Jane Greens is 1999. This is 1998. First published in GB 1998. So that's as close I'm going to get. I'm 2 years out. There. See that? Whiff of Scandal by Carol Matthews. I love Carol Matthews. I've only read one of her books this year. She's the type of author that I just save all of her books. Oh, that's really annoyed me that I haven't got any old books. I bet you I have in the conservatory, but I'm not going out there. Do you have a book with music as a weapon or magic? Again, that would be like a, what's it called? Like a fantasy style book. I can't get over how dark my bags are. God, Jesus. Music. No. Well, this is going really well. This is a big fail. The only thing I can think of, which is actually my attic, is Harry Potter when they use the music to make Fluffy go to sleep. But again, don't have that on the shelf. That's up in the attic because I don't need Harry Potter on my shelf. Do you have a series with mismatched covers? Now this is something that is my pet peeve, so I try to avoid mismatched covers. I don't think that I have. They all match. Because I've gone out and like bought books that were wrong and made them right. What have we got behind here? Heidi Swain. I have. Sorry, I tell a lie. I have. It's a duology. Hang on. Now, I don't know what Giovanna Fletcher is doing with her writing career. I feel like she's just given up and stopped, which, as a reader, that's just, it's not okay in my books. These were one of the first adult, definitely just got dust up my nose. These are one of the first, like, adult love books that I have read, and I absolutely loved them, but the covers don't match. Hang on, I need to sneeze. Brilliant. So we've got Billy and Me, and then we've got the second book, which is Always with Love, and these do not match. This I'll read the blurb of. Sophie May has a secret, one that she successfully kept for years. It meant that she had to give up her dreams of going to university and travelling the world to stay in her little village, living with her mum and working in the local tea shop. But then she meets gorgeous Billy, an actor with ambitions to make it to the top, and when they fall in love, Sophie is whisked away from the comfort of her life into Billy's glamorous but ruthless world. The relationship throws Sophie right into the spotlight after years of shying away from attention. Can she handle the constant scrutiny that comes with being with Billy, and most of all, is she ready for her secret heartbreak to be discovered and shared with the nation? So that is book 1, and then this is book 2. I'm not going to read this because spoilers, but it follows their relationship and goes into detail, and I really loved it, and this ended on a cliffhanger, and this came out in, I want to say 2016? Fuck, I'm good. 2016. And never picked up from it. 4 years and nothing, not okay with it. Okay, I'm back. Question number 5 is, do you have a book with a shapeshifter? I have got Twilight in the attic, but I'm gonna have to go with the Cassandra Clare saga series collection, whatever you want to call it, because they've got shape-shifting wolves, same sort of thing as Twilight, And who else have they got? Loads of just different like mythical creatures. So I'm going to go with a Cassandra Clare. I don't want to because I spoke about it last time, but if you haven't read it, just read it. I encouraged my friend, I say friend, girl I speak to all the time on my Instagram who watches my videos, I persuaded her to read Cassandra Clare and she's loving it, which just brings me so much joy. Okay, question number 6. Do you have a book signed by the author? I do. It's in my conservatory. I will go and grab it later once I've finished and I'll insert it. But it is by Zoe Sugg. Number 7. Do you have a book with a mostly red cover? Yes, I do. Which one shall I go for? That's like a pinky red. This isn't red. So I'm gonna avoid that. I'm gonna go with this one because it's different hues of red. Excuse the face. Let's talk about Rochelle Mead, shall we? So Rochelle Mead is the author of Vampire Academy. Her books and her covers are awful. This is hideous. This is not okay. I would just rather a plain colour and not have anything on it. Her rebranded Vampire Academy ones aren't too bad. If you listen and hear Vampire Academy, you think, oh my god, it sounds really crap and cringe and X, Y and Z. No, you're wrong. It's such an amazing series. I flew through all 6 of these. They were incredible. And then we've got Bloodlines, which is the spin-off from characters from this. So if you want to get into like a massive series and don't really fancy, say, Cassandra Clare like I've suggested before, definitely look into Rochelle Mead. It's so epic and action-packed, and like the main girl, Rose, she's just so like hardcore, and I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. So you have to read the first series to then get onto the spin-off. But this is about vampires and things like that, and people, some like protectors have to go and look after certain people. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I've only read this first one. I read it last year. I think it was about this time last year. It was before Vlogmas, and I wanted to read the whole series before Florence was born. Didn't happen. I've got another 5 to read because is it 5? Yeah, 6-book series again. So this is Bloodlines, red. Do you have a book between 287 and 306 pages? Now, I always pride myself and say that I'm really good at this. Oh, what is it? 287, 306, so quite a small book. I'm going with this. Let's see if I get it right first time. This looks, not this one. This looks like quite a thin book. Oh, the anxiety. 287, 306. No. This one is 319. So I got that one wrong. What else have we got? I need a really slim book. I don't have any. I'm gonna have to take this as a loss. I don't. Oh, 305. What is it? Oh, I got 307, not 306. There. That's as good as it's gonna have to be. Lindsay Kelk, I Heart New York. I spoke about this in the previous video. Do you have a book where the main character wears glasses? Now, things like this, I don't necessarily remember. I remember plot more than character and character detail. Obviously, instantly, the main thing that you would think about, because it's so iconic, is Harry Potter. But like I said, that's up in the attic. Who wears glasses? I genuinely couldn't tell you. Again, the only person I can think about is Simon from The Mortal Instruments, because he wears glasses. But I don't want to pick that because I've already done that. This is a massive fail. I'm gonna have to take a loss on that one as well. I can't think of anyone that wears glasses. Maybe it's not going to be in the blurb, is it? And I'm not going to sit here and read and wait to see if someone wears glasses. Do you have a book with the title as the same name of number of letters as your first name? Jessica. 7. 7. No. This is hard. Can it be 2 words or 1 word? Doesn't state. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm gonna do this. It's sealed because I just haven't opened it yet. I got this for Christmas last year and I was so excited, and it's one of those ones that, to be fully immersed for the final, I know I need to read these 2. But I'm not ready for that yet. Not enough time has passed. So this is I pronounce it Scythe because I'm an idiot and I say things how they're written. But it's pronounced Scythe. And this is by Neil Schusterman. This is the Arc of Scythe trilogy. Is that what he's calling it? And I waited so long for the toll to come out. And like I said, it's just been too long. So, again, it's like a fantasy, but I'm not a fantasy lover, but I just loved this. So this is about 2 characters. Again, I can't remember their names. And I loved this book. Oh, I can't remember. But it follows 2 characters and they live in a world where basically you don't die and the world gets overpopulated. So because of that, there are like these Grim Reapers who come, there's like training to become a Grim Reaper and stuff. And you get to, can't remember if you get to decide or you get told like who's gonna die, and you then have to obviously go out and carry out that death. And there's training, so there's some like really barbaric Grim Reapers that go and like kill people in really horrible ways. And then there's this really nice main like teacher who teaches them how to do it in like a graceful way and like let the person that's about to die do it how they want, give them the choice, let them go and say their goodbyes and things like that, and it's really good. So basically we follow like how there's this like corrupt world, and Thunderhead, which is book 2, ended on such a cliffhanger. It was like, well, where the fuck are we going to go in book 3? Because it ended, and it could be the next day, it could be 100 years from when this book finished. I have got no clue how it's going to pick up in the toll. But to answer the question, the toll is 7 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jessica. Right, I need to go and get my baby. This video has been everywhere, like my brain. If you hear like baby noises now, she's going to be sat on the floor with a magazine because she likes to play with paper, and I apologise. Do you have a book where there is a cybercrime or technology as an important plot point? I do. It's on my Kindle. Hang on. It's one that I read last year. And hang on, my battery level is low. Fantastic. It books. I want to say it's called Illumini, something like that. Hang on. God, my Kindle's slow. Where are you? There. This one. This one here. Illumine by Amy Kaufman and Jay Christoph. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember what the hell went on with that book. Because I read it on my Kindle, I think it was a book that you should really read in person. But it was 99p, so that's why I picked it up. And it basically follows like 1 or 2 kids, and there's like spaceships involved, and like there's this like virus that's going around on this spaceship and makes it crash or something. It was very weird, very hard to follow. I know a lot of people love it. Like when I watch booktubers, like you always see there's a trilogy. There's a red book, a blue, and then a white book. And I always see that on people's shelves, but I just could not gel with it. I didn't understand it. I found it very confusing. But like on the page, like it would be like written in like a really like weird wobbly way and things like that. And it was like files, and I think the way that I read it influenced my thoughts. I feel like if I read it in book format how it should be read, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more, but I just didn't understand it. But it was very well like AI orientated, and didn't really get it. It was sort of like my first sci-fi book and just didn't go well with me. Do you have a book written in another language or translated? No. No, I do not. Do you have a book written by an Asian author? I do. Again, awkwardly, I spoke about her in my last one, which is Jenny Han. P.S. I still love you. Obviously I spoke about this if you didn't watch my last one. It's about Lara Jean, who writes letters. They get sent out, and then she is basically in a whole load of drama and mishap in her high school, and she has to have like a pretend romance that then eventually blossoms into something more, and it's just a warm hug in a book, and I love it. Do you have a book with a moon on the cover? I've got to. This has got the word sky on it, so I'm gonna go that this one has. No. Okay. Yes! Oh my god, finally! That took me so long to find a book with a moon on it. And I haven't even read the bloody thing. This is Heidi Swain's Sleigh Rides and Silver Bells at the Christmas Fair. Like I said, by Heidi Swain. Where do we start with Heidi Swain? I have got quite a lot of her books. I stopped collecting them because I was never picking them up. I've only ever read one of hers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of her books. The thing is with Heidi Swain, from what I've heard, is that you sort of need to read her books in order, and I've spoken about this before. You sort of need to read her books in order to understand things, and apparently there's like, say someone in book 1, they might be featured in this, and then what you read in this could then be a spoiler for the end of book 1, if that makes sense. And I hate that. That really gets on my nerves, because if I want to pick up a Heidi Swain Christmas book and be fully immersed in that, then I want to do that, as opposed to think, oh, it's them from book 2. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really just want to read Heidi Swain Christmas books. And I've got 4. I've got 4 of her books on my shelf, and they all look and sound fantastic, but I've never read them. I remember buying this at a very dark point in my life, just after I lost my uncle. I went to Tesco's. I just really remember the trip, and I was really upset. I think it was after his funeral, and I was like, I'm just going to go and buy a Christmas book, and I got this one, and I haven't picked it up. My friend from my book club, Katie, she loves her book. She's met Heidi Swain herself, and she said how amazing they are. I've just never bitten the bullet and just thought, fuck it, I'm just going to read what I want when I want. I haven't done that with her, and I feel like I really need to. Do you have an illustrated children's book? I have got multiple on P's bookshelf. I will go and get it. My battery's now about to run out. Are you there? Are you okay, Florence? So it would be no shock to anyone that this is on P's bookshelf. I actually have my version again up in the attic. Mine's a really big version that used to be at my dad's house when I was small, and this is Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney. Classic book. But yes, I do. I have loads of my children's books. I've got really old school Thomas the Tank Engine. I've got really old school Winnie the Pooh, Beatrix Potter, Florence Please Leave the what's it called, Tripod Alone, Mr. Men. I've got so many by Roger Hargreaves. I've got loads and loads, but this was the first one that I could grab. Do you have a collection of myths or fairy tales? What does that mean? What does that mean? Fairy tales? No. I don't have any retellings. No, I do not. Do you have a fantasy or sci-fi that has an alliance between different races? Have I? Do you have a book with a narrow front cover? Paperback that the front cover is slightly trimmed shorter / narrower than the rest of the pages? No, for the reason that I like my books to be as one. I do not have that. This video has not been very successful. Do you have a book that includes the first chapter of a sequel? I must do. Let's have a look at this one. This is the sequel. Does it have to be the sequel of that book? Because I've got a sequel of a different one. Sequel. That I just went out into my conservatory to pick up these. Because I haven't spoken about these enough on my channel. And that is the Selection by Kira Cass. Oh no. Is it sun damaged? Oh. Very slightly sun damaged. Damn it. Can you see the difference in colour? Oh. Oh. And they're floppy. They're a floppy paperback. Are these really that badly sun damaged? Fuck it, yes they are. Oh, I hate my life. Can you see that? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So the Selection by Kira Cass. What a ride. If you like The Bachelor, then you'll like this. And I don't mean the UK Bachelor because it's shit. The American Bachelor is just something else. This is sort of like that. So America is the main girl in this. And the society is ranked on, I want to say, like, your skill. So say you're like a 1 or a 2, like you're the top dogs. And if you're, I can't remember what number it goes down to. I want to say 9. If you're 9, you're like poverty. And America enters like this weird competition, sort of like The Bachelor, to win the heart and fall in love / marry the prince. Not set in this one book, so you have like section 1 in here, section 2 in here, and then section 3 in here. So gradually people get sent home and things like that, and it is like The Bachelor. And there's like, I can't remember, say like 20 girls, and he meets them all, and they all like go on like little dates and stuff like around the castle. And there's so much more involved in it. It's not just like whimsical, there's like political things as well, because obviously he's about to be king and things like that. It's just brilliant. So that's the Selection by Kira Cass, and you've got book 2, which is the Elite, and then you've got book 3, which is the One. I also just realised that I forgot to show you that in the Selection the sequel is in there. So it says end of book 1, acknowledgements, and then read on for a sneak peek in Elite, and then you've got the first 2 chapters, hang on, in there. Finally, do you have a book with a broken spine? And I have got multiple, because I don't bend my spines, but I buy a lot of my books secondhand, and a lot of people just like to destroy books and just break its back, and I don't do that. That's not okay in my books. So a lot of them are broken, a hell of a lot. A lot of my YA books here and my like fantasy / just different quirky books are immaculate because they're all brand new. Hang on. Mr. Maybe by Jane Green. This is about a woman, what is her name? Libby. Oh, it was just so good. So this is about a woman called Libby, and she is basically a young 20-something, oh god, you just breathed in my ear. She's a young 20-something-year-old living in London, and she can't commit to a relationship, and she's had enough of it. And she's on the dating scene in London, and she meets these 2 young guys, and it was just so good, so funny. I read this book so quickly, and it's trying to figure out who she ends up with. You really want her to go with one guy, and then she goes with the other, but she's still in contact with someone else, and it's just she is driven by stereotypes. And one guy that we all love when we read the book is not necessarily who she envisaged herself ending up with, and that's who her heart loves, but her head says no. So then she goes elsewhere, and then she's deeply unhappy and looks back and reflects on what she had with someone else. And it's just a really lovely story, teaching you morals in a really funny way, and I just loved it. And even though it was 21 years old, this book, it's aged really well, and I really, really liked it, and I definitely recommend it. Don't we, Florence? Hey, is that a good one? And then finally, whilst I'm here, to save me editing later on, I did just quickly go and grab my Zoe Sugg book, which again has slightly faded, not too badly, and this one is signed. Why did I get this? I don't really know. It was just one of those things where I was like, oh my god, I need that. But these books weren't that great. Not really. It's the only signed book that I have, but I can't bear to get rid of it because I feel like 12-year-old P or 14-year-old P would absolutely love these. And I know that's ridiculous because she's just turned 5. But I'm keeping these for P, so they're probably going to go into the attic soon. Oh, your teeth giving you a bit of jip. They're going to go into the attic and put away for P because I think she'll really enjoy them when she's of the age of reading, which I know is ridiculous, but hey ho. So that is my really random, rushed, failed video, which hasn't been rushed at all. It's taken me an hour to film this because Neil interrupted me, the baby interrupted me, my brain interrupted me. It's been a hell of a ride. I hope you were just sick in your mouth, weren't you? I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's been a little bit chaotic, but like I said at the start of the video, my brain's chaotic because you have been keeping me up. It's not funny, Florence. You've been keeping me up all night and you're making your mother very tired. It's a good job you're cute. Hey, can I see the pegs? Can I see your peggies? No? Okay, right, we're gonna go because I've got books to tidy up. Do you want some milk?
Ma.
Yeah? Can you say mama?
Ma. Ma.
Mama.
Ma.
Mama. Yeah. Love you. Love you?
Ma.
Yeah, mama.
Ma.
Kiss? Mwah, good girl. Okay, right, I'm just going to go and just stare at my baby for the next couple of hours before I have to go and do the school run. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Apologies, like I said. And we shall see you all in the next one. Can you say bye-bye? You don't know bye yet. Can you say hello? Can you wave? Can you wave? Can you wave? No. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.